Cinema Steven here, and this is your review of DC's Blue Beetle, the brand new action superhero film that was released last week. I was a little bit behind on it, but I finally got to see it, and I have to say that it is such a thrilling and enjoyable movie, but you wouldn't know that looking at the box office because it flopped so hard, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why. The movie was a breath of originality, and while it doesn't do anything to change the superhero genre as a whole, it does deliver on some pretty great Easter eggs. I mean, if you're a fan of the original Blue Beetle from the 60s before DC acquired it, you had Ted Kord, who was the original Blue Beetle, and they used story elements from the original Prince, and it goes all the way up to modern day Blue Beetle, which is Jaime Reyes, a Latino El Paso college student who is played by Yoho Maladurna, who is popular in Cobra Kai. He plays Miguel in Cobra Kai, so the kid's building up quite a resume for himself. But as for the movie itself, it's so good. I may have a bit of ethnic bias towards it because it's, Texas, it's a Latino cast, Latino film crew, and all that stuff. But putting all that stuff aside, I can't wrap my head around why these DC movies are flopping so hard at the box office. It's kind of like earlier when I was talking about The Flash. While I can't really determine if it's a better movie than The Flash, it's different. The Flash is great because it plays on a lot of nostalgia for me and a lot of stuff that I've seen in the last 30 years. Whereas Blue Beetle, this is the first time on the big screen that you've ever seen something like this. While the character's been in, Batman Brave and the Bold and other kind of animated features, this is its first live action film. And again, this even goes back earlier in the year with Black Adam and Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Both of those movies are really good too. Black Adam sure isn't the best one of the bunch, but I still thought it was highly entertaining. Shazam was great. The Flash is amazing. And then Blue Beetle, again, rounding out this year of DC comic book films. It's such a good, enjoyable movie, and I can't imagine anybody not liking this movie. There's even a cameo by Bumblebee Man, and if you've grown up in a Latino household, you know exactly who Bumblebee Man is. So I can't really stress how much I am just confused by all this. Maybe there's superhero fatigue, maybe there's not. I don't know. The Marvel movies still seem to generate pretty decent numbers at the box office, and I'm really thinking that Aquaman 2 is just going to die a death as well. And it's just not looking good for DC. And I'm really hoping that James Gunn can fix all this with Superman Legacy and start out his entire regime of films. Although I hear that Blue Beetle is tied to some of those movies. So I don't know. It's not looking good for DC. But as far as Blue Beetle, highly, highly recommend you go see that movie.